Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and we are continuing on with our Endwalker playthrough. So last time was really sad. We did end up meeting a couple Garleans, but so far we are not winning any friends, and someone even died because they were afraid of magic, because we can use magic. Garlemald, like pure-blooded Garleans can't use magic. Don't know why that is, but I guess they've been raised to believe that magic is evil. So if you use magic or let it touch you or anything, it's like you're becoming corrupted. I don't know. But yeah, they felt that it would be safer to brave the wilds, and they ended up getting killed by some wild beasts. So here we are, back. It's just really tragic. So we're here back in front of their graves, saying our prayers, our goodbyes. We didn't know them long, but not much we can do now. A way forward. Alpha knows resolve may be shaken, but he has not forgotten his duty. We have already caused enough here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them, someone who isn't us. All we can do now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. Yeah, I feel like this is also at least partly Lucia or Maxima's fault, because they could have at least warned us that the people of Garlemald don't like magic. Where is it? There it is. Camp broken glass. Nope, don't need that. I mean, it would have just taken them like 2 seconds. It's like, oh, by the way, try not to use magic around the people here. They may not trust you even less than what we imagine. So, I mean, it wouldn't have hurt. Probably would have stopped them from being killed. Oh, well. Oh, the slag is just torture. Okay, there we go. Alfino and Elise tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. Oh, they look so sad. They are reluctant to provide details. May I ask for your account? Yeah, sure. None of it's good, though, so...
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments, and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Lacinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified.
Oh, that was fast.
They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad.
Interesting.
Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus' then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Well, they weren't completely wrong.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
And that's what led us to this.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
The radio. So they're somehow using the radio to control people?
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
I mean, he's dead, so...
We are of one mind, then.
What? What's going on?
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
You're joking. You're joking.
While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
Oh my god.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Well, that was fast.
Who do we have here?
Garleans?
I'm surprised you could tell she was one.
Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
That's gratitude for you.
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I think we know who's going.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
Of course.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
Oh, well, I'm going with you. Yeah, your mother would kill me if I let you 2 go off on your own.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Oh, he's gonna be shocked when he learns who she is.
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Well, not the best way to meet somebody, but I have a feeling he's going to be playing a role in this whole thing, especially since we did see him a couple times in the trailer. However, it also looked like he was about to try to attack Lucia in that trailer, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. But still, who is his commander? I have a feeling it's Nerva, but I've been wrong about the last time, so I'm not too optimistic here. Okay. Oh, Magni. Lowly task of keeping watching over provisions would not normally befit the sun, but these being unusual circumstances, I will let no man take that which is not by rights theirs. He's changed. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I know, this won't bring back Lucinia or her sister. Taking the same risks, making the same mistakes. It's possible, but better to try than to give up every time. Perhaps it is unwise to volunteer for a mission so soon after the previous disaster. Nevertheless, I shall not squander this opportunity. Oh, Istola. I worry they will not be in the best state of mind to volunteer for this undertaking, but what's done is done. I know you will take good care of them, and yourself as well, I trust. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. How about you? Said your farewells, have you? Man, you are so grumpy. You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred, in particular, will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. What the heck? Oh, I think I get this. Are you and the children ready? I will explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it as an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. I thought it was strange that she mentioned Thancred and his name just happened to appear like that. It was like, I think that she means that Thancred is going to be secretly following them. It's what he does. So that's my bet. Like, he's secretly following after them. Where do you think their headquarters are? I assume there are a few others beside him in this commander he mentioned. We will do only as instructed. After all, this is what we have been striving for ever since we arrived. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alize, and he's Alphino, and last but not least, there's Claire. Claire. Where have I heard that before? Ooh, no. No matter. Alphino and Alize will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter, run, towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creature bar our way, we go around them. Once you choose to depart, Julius will accompany you. Alphino and Alize will then begin moving towards the destination. Okay. Okay, so Julius is going to be following us, and we follow after the twins. Ready to make a dash for the station? Yep, let's go! Oh. I like this. I really do like this. Oh, no. Crap. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I thought for sure we were dead. So, I know they have trains in this world, this universe, so I'm guessing that they're in some kind of a train station, like as a... I mean, a train station would actually be like a nice bunker, at least temporarily. Oh no. Oh no. Keep going. Keep going. Despite the fact that Julius is flying behind us. Yeah, they say that Garleans can't use magic. Okay. It's nothing like the ones in Thanalan. We're here, I think. Yeah, are we here? This is it. First stop, that is. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. I wouldn't be so sure. Are these your headquarters? No. We're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. Okay, so maybe we can use our weapons then. North of the station is Regulo Dominorum, one of the main residential areas. So at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if we're given the chance. Keep close, no wandering off. Understood? Alright, alright. No need to be so vicious. Okay, Julius knows only too well the danger lurks around every corner. From here, we're to be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the horde unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Aye, they spare their own, but slaughter the rest without hesitation. Though we'll try to avoid detection, the chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you're to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back, I will not take that chance. With that said, let us proceed. Now, you don't need to worry, they won't do anything like that. But it almost feels like a survival game now, because we're dealing with the horde. Usually that means like zombies. And I gotta be honest, like the horde is like zombies. Okay. I mean, I'm still waiting for him to kind of remember her name, because while I doubt her face is that recognizable by the Empire, save like the top members, her name is definitely something that I'm sure that most people heard about. And once they learn that, I do not think that they will be giving them the time of the day. They will not trust them at all, because the Warrior of Light, like the champion of Eorzea, is basically Eorzean's version of Xenos to them. Okay, I see why your comrades chose you. Julius, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or tempered as we call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They are beyond saving. Oh. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. Well... I really do feel bad for them. I really do. I mean, most of the Garleans are probably... they're civilians, basically. Like, they didn't want any part of the war, they didn't do any fighting or anything, and they're still paying the price for it. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. I just realized something. I'm wearing like the exact same thing like as my little baby behemoth there. We're both purple. We have like a furry cloak and everything. It's adorable. This, however, is not. I meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before only out of the desire to remain undiscovered, and that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. Yeah, it's still the whole I don't trust magic thing. So even if they do cure them, they may not take well to that whole thing either. Turtrum. I think that's the name of this little... It's not really a settlement, it's an abandoned station, but... I'm guessing this is part for the railway. At least that giant pipe might be. That is a pipe. More like a tunnel, so... Where's the etherite? I mean, it should be around here. Oh! Oh god. They got the twisty pearl, like... And I don't see an etherite around here, so I'm guessing it might be buried or hidden somehow. Oh, they don't look right. I mean, how can they even see? Oh no. Ooh. Looks like someone's really getting the hang of Reaper. I think that they were once ordinary people. Such a transformation is likely irreversible. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Look at what they have become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Those exposed to vast quantities of the primal's ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Did you admit it? Now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you will think twice before speaking of a cure. Well, that doesn't mean that everyone is beyond saving, though. This is just such a weird mouth. I love it. Okay, so... What is this? So we're definitely on the verge of the city, like the very outskirts of the city, or at the very edge. I'm guessing this is where they made their base. Even here in the outskirts, it's plain to see how vastly different Garlean is compared to the other cities. I wish there was another way. I thank you for keeping us from harm. We're almost there. You've kept your side of the agreement, so I will keep mine. This way. I mean, you think you'd be more willing to let the kids fight and keep the sellsword of who he thinks we are under control. But hey. So... Oh, it's underground! This is Turtrum, one of Garlean's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I will be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. Okay. I mean, I had a feeling it was underground, but I wasn't completely sure. It's huge. Completely huge. I hear a radio going. I had no idea they had such expansive structures built underground. Still leaving a few trains left. Oh, I guess that was for the scheduling. Oh, that is sad. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and cold snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Know your voices. While you may be here as my guest, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there. Alright, so let's see who this commander of theirs is. Oh, that radio is so creepy. Oh. It's not responding. Okay, probably have to come back for it. Now comes the true test. He certainly looks the part. Really. Imposing commander. So, is this Nerva or it's not? I don't know what to say.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
Of the First? Wasn't expecting that.
The First? I had no idea you had survived.
Alfie, please. Don't make things worse.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varus understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemon's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference. To make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but
that's no reason for you to suffer. Makes you
believe it or not,
too.
that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together? To face our problems as one?
I really hope it gets through to him. But he made a lot of good points too.
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald?
Because of the misuse of power from certain members.
We do not share your faith.
That's got nothing to do with
we
this.
do not share your heritage. That our ideals and virtues differ. That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not.
Have you not seen the suffering that your people have caused?
Disparity
That's the
is
reason.
the root of discord. And peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream. And the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope.
And that pride's gonna kill your people, or what's left of them.
It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter.
No, no. Don't tell them me they're gonna lock them up.
You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
Oh no. I saw this coming. Yeah, I learned about these from the Gunbreaker questline.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop. Keep away from that one.
Oh no, he knows.
The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed.
Well, that's not good.
Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
Are you trying to make us actively hate you?
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Well, he knows her well enough. She
Even
won't
now,
dare.
you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Oh. The coldest, blackest of nights, meager though it may be, we must share the warmth of our fire. I like that one. Oh, oh, chiffons. They just had to put that in there, didn't they?
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
He's freaked out at the thought.
Yes, sir.
Well, Now that they know who we are, prepare to be not welcomed. I don't know what the right word here to use this, but they are really not gonna like us. Oh, a level up. I have to remind myself not to touch it, even if it starts to itch. I'd rather not set it off by accident. Anyway, enough about that. Let's learn what we can from the refugees. It'll take more than a trifle such as this to deter us. Compared to what most people have suffered in recent days, these collars are but a minor inconvenience. Yeah, well, he certainly made sure that we're not going to do anything against his orders, I guess. As per Lord Quintus' instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tertram. Before you ask, no, I don't have the key or any other means to remove your collars, nor would I tell you if I did. Now, if you try anything, you'll wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean, or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Though we are somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation, and above all else, don't use magics of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphino and Alize will pay the price. Don't you dare insult my twins! That's right, they're mine. Okay, Aetherite's not responding. Okay. So cold. This young soldier's on the verge of losing consciousness. I don't know what to do to help them. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? You'd wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear Damn, tore the sutures. All the times, the worst of the lot being within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third bleeding us, we'd be the end of you. Vergilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape, took shelter in the mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then... Night fell and we gathered around the radio, then the roar, the terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this a mercy. Mind intact, but body broken, a soldier in name only. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer. Yeah, I have a feeling Quintus wouldn't like that, though. He needs us alive. And no surefire way to make the Alliance angry than by killing off their champion. I noticed recently they don't really call her by the Warrior of Light anymore. When was the last time we heard that title? So cold and probably hasn't had a proper meal in days. If only we brought some food with us, but perhaps I could use a little magic too. No, I mustn't. God, it's so frustrating. Is there aught we may do to ease your woes? One in here. Magitech radio. Anything else around here? Oop. I don't mean to do that. This radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. That music. Can you imagine listening to that music day in and day out? That would drive me mad. came with Julius, did you? Well, whatever business you brought here, you best keep your hands off that aetherite. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Garleans for Garleans, could teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided that there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the aetherite's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at the cost of its normal function. Okay. Yeah, because they don't have any ceruleum then, so it's really the only thing that's keeping this place lit. It's you, Claire Fay! I served under Lord Gaius of the 14th Legion. I was there the night of the Pentorium fell. Oh no. You and your adventurers, you killed them. My comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens as though they were nothing to you. And maybe I am too, just another faceless enemy to be cut down, but it won't be long until our countrymen return, until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. What does that supposed to mean? Glare on the screen's making it hard to see. I mean, you probably don't have it, but I have it on my TV here. Did you learn anything of note? Yeah, they hate me. And your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at the greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there's precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Who's there? My eyes, I can't see all that well. Oh, thank you. The numbness is subsided a little. I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. So those you met fare no better? I'm afraid you would say that. I was afraid you would say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have a contingent deliver supplies? Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize that they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him, though we would need to persuade Julius first. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Julius. Or is it like Julius itself? Well, seen enough. Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept, some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it isn't dangerous work, and we've a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greater concern, though we have ceruleum set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprits. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Aye, everything will change. Yeah. One of your comrades mentioned something along those lines. Heard among something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Talaferoi. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We identified the seat of the military enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the Provincial Legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Talaferoi. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we will reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlean. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you to the ceruleum. Oh, it must be so hard for him to want... He wants to accept, but he knows that his pride's not letting him. I will speak with Lord Quintus. A chink in the armor! Yes! So, did he agree to it? No, he will not place Garlean in the depths of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You are more trouble than you're worth. Just admit it, you like them. They're so optimistic, it's hard not to. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. Alright. Guess we can live with that. So now we're going out to hunt for ceruleum. If the lag would just behave. We begin our search for ceruleum in Regulo Urbanisima. First location is Forum Soleus, a park to the northwest of the station. You have to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. So we're going for a walk to the park then. I like that idea. Oh man, if they saw this thing, they would freak out. So it looks like we're heading right into the city, finally. Oh man, there's an etherite current, but an ether current, sorry. There's really nothing left. Just nothing. I mean, it would be bad enough if they were like in the middle of summer or something. But here, they're in the dead of winter. They can't even step outside. And they have monsters, oh, not monsters, but Magitech stalking the streets. This is the place. To think this macabre graveyard for War Machina was once a park. So this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were later built around them. Healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Solus Zos Galvus. So Emixelk. Did we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the machina in the vicinity. But as the ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time in case something was overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we will commence the search. I mean, it doesn't look like there is much here, but at least there's no machines stalking about trying to kill you. That's probably why they started off here. Here's the inspection of the wrecked Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of cerulean, as Julia said. Guessing this was a fountain? He ignores you as he stares into the water in silence, as if searching for something he knows has gone and will never return. Children's slide. I really don't think there's ceruleum here, but hey. The contraption is built in the style of Imperial War Mechana, armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. You have such an active imagination, Claire. Or maybe some PTSD, either or. Okay, there we go. So those are the last two places. Map of Forum Soleus. Anything here? I doubt it, but doesn't hurt to be thorough. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Soleus, the pond, children's play areas. To your knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. Shop counter. Though rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant's stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeep. Aww, that's a cute idea. Nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other devices that would be fueled by ceruleum. There's really nothing here. Of course, knowing our luck, there's bound to be maybe just a tiny bit left. I don't know, or maybe they get a surge of inspiration. Don't imagine there would be much need for Magitech in a park of all places, but then again, I wasn't raised in Garlean. They may have uses for ceruleum that I've yet to consider. Oh, it's you. Any luck? There's no sign of any ceruleum. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. Couldn't help noticing you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes. I mean, no, it's just, I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. Aw, memories. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed there if I didn't drag them out. We'd be stomping web when all was said and done. Every time. And every time when we get home, Mother would scold us, saying we catch our death walking around like that. Pond was heated. Oh, I see. With a ceruleum-powered heater, by chance? I suppose it must have been. But come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath the hatch. That was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. Can't see a thing. I can't remember where the hatch might be. The machinery most likely broken. The amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I wager it's still unbearably cold, though. It's not gonna stop Alice, eh? Yes, what are your thoughts on magic? An average Garlean would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first had a few foreign Senfiri and medics, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now? Alphino, as you once had a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of air fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. He's very proud of his firewood hunting skills. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. That tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed cerulean from a frozen lake like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane! Yeah, especially since how cold it's going to be. So, fancy a dip? Not really, but I'll do it. Little friendly competition might make things interesting. Yeah, you know Elise's gonna love that. Last one to find a cerulean tank is a rotten egg, though I dare say we'll both smell like rotten eggs when this is over. She's got brass, I'll say that. She is something else. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Well, just get used to it, buddy. We do things like this crazy all the time. Oh, look at her. She's freezing, the poor thing. Delve into the murky water, but come up empty-handed. To add insult to injury, the icy wind on your damp clothing chills you to the bone. Gods be good. It's cold. Perhaps we should have listened to Julius after all. Well, too late now! Delve into the murky water. Nope, nothing there. Third time's the charm. Since everyone else is gathering here, I'm guessing this is the right place. Beneath the water, your fingers catch on what you think might be a handle. Open the hatch and retrieve a cerulean tank. However, your grand discovery comes at great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every elm of your body. Julius will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver to him your prize. Oh, God. Frick, let's get out of here. Did you find anything? I hope you did. Yes, temperature regulator cerulean tank. That's it! And there's still some ceruleum left. The fire is still not ready. Hold on, I'll give Alphino a hand. Oh, see, he does care. So I do think he's a good guy. He's just been through a lot. Call me a new dawn because by fire I am reborn, and my clothes are mostly dry now too. Appreciate you recovering the cerulean, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated, in Lord Quintus's eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Julius, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlean? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contributions to the Empire awarded an estate. We lived well, better than many. What was Garlean like in those days? Oh, this will be good. Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in that brief respite, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. That sounds so nice. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we climbed up to the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sunrise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble. Those friends dead. Those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we had, soon our chances will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. I really don't think that's going to work, though. Even with the 10th, you'll be going up against all of Garlean on your own. I mean, I applaud your determination. I mean, it's very impressive, but still. I really don't think this is going to end well if you just stick to that plan. Owing to the wealth of experience I've accumulated in gathering firewood, I was even able to provide Julius with some basic pointers on the subject. Thought it might help to further build a rapport and to distract him from his other concerns. Well, that's nice of you. At least my clothes are finally dry, though they could still do with a proper wash. Good luck doing that out here. No good deed. Now that the fire's burnt out, Julius is ready to move on. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapees in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. Alright, let's head out and find it. Oh, look at these benches. That's cute. As you can see, this place is littered with remnants of various types of war mechana. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to salvage. We decided to save those for another time, that time being now. Rather than prize them apart piece by piece, it'd be quicker to remove the outer casing using these compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the Machina's ceruleum gauge to see if there's any left. It would still provide an accurate reading even if the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use the explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Okay. Understood. Let's get to work. Alright, so let's see if we can find any. Ooh! Destroyed Magitech armor. Okay, gauge, the fuel tank is empty. Okay, so we can ignore that one. New engage on this unit appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine. Okay. So we'll save that for now. Chances are we only have a little bit. No way to determine. Let's try it with the next one, maybe. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. Because I feel like if we use up those 2 bombs, then we might not be able to acquire any more. I mean, I know he said that, but... okay, so this is no help. Let's try... Let's try this one. Okay, so that one's empty. Is that all? Okay, well, let's try this one. Okay, so it was empty. Waste of a bomb. That's fine. Ooh. Crap. Go away. Leave me alone. I didn't see it there because of the stupid glare on the screen. Oh, that lights. It's just making it so difficult to see, but ugh. Fine, we'll do this one. Still half full or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Okay, good. So hopefully that will be able to heat them up for at least a couple days. More explosives? Wait, is that what I think it is? Yep. Half full, or half empty, however you look at it. You've done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alize and Alphino are faring. I really think he's warmed up to us. I really do. Okay. So what's going to happen now? We getting a cutscene?
Finally escaped the watch.
Yes, I knew Thancred was there!
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
That is so good.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside.
Probably a good idea there.
When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel.
They're ambitious.
An interesting development. And perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
Oh, he left us, didn't he? Oh.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Oh boy. Oh, okay, we're still going on, so that saved us the trip back.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Excuse me? That is extremely rude. Do you know another word other than savage?
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us.
Action? This isn't good.
My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
I don't like this. I really don't. Alize is still cold, poor thing.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question.
They're in bad shape. They're not gonna last much longer.
Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not gonna be easy.
Finished your war, Council?
Oh no. I don't like this.
Alphino and Alize are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
Of course. Why am I not surprised?
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
Oh no. No, no, no. No, no. Don't you dare. He really doesn't want to do it, so please.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Good thing we got Thancred there. Alright. Everything will be alright. They'll listen to us. Those two will definitely listen to us.
Get them out of here.
And I was just starting to like you, too. I know it's not his fault, but... Poor guy. I feel so bad for him. This is not fun. This game is just pulling at my heartstrings. Okay, I think that that's actually a good place to actually end it there. So we'll just finish up this quest real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Alphino and Alize will be fine, providing they do not resist. Oh, that was fast. Alright. Aww. It's gonna be that scene from the trailer where you see them actually cuddling up because it's so cold. Oh, I've been looking forward to that scene. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be here or not, but I'm glad it is, because I really want to see it. I am predicting a lot of cute, heartfelt moments there. But yeah, let's call it there for right now. I think this has gone on long enough, so I just want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you're looking forward to next time. Hopefully we can solve all this without it going into war or anything. But yeah, that's it for right now. This is Fantasy Girl signing out.